Howdy folks, Leo Olderpold. Well, this is about the 2012th time I've tried to record this video, and without success for one reason or another, predominantly my own failings. But I think I've decided this time, rather than going into a monologue and a whole barrage of self-reflection, I'll keep it short. First off, I'll talk about what I'm smoking. Not the tobacco, because the tobacco's of no interest. It's merely my second or third attempt at liking Ogden's mixture. I will talk about the pipe that I'm smoking. This billiard, which is my pattern of the moment, my shape of the moment. Excuse me, I don't know if any of you folks are the same, but I go through periods of sometimes I really like a Bulldog, sometimes I really like a Bent Peterson 302. At the moment, my thing is the billiard. I really love the billiard. There's this beautiful, elegant shape. I love it. This one I picked up on eBay recently, last week or something. And it's got some fantastic history behind it because it came in a box from a house clearance, I think. And written on the box, on the cardboard box, was to blah, 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 handwriting illegible, blah, 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 on your coming of age, March 31st, 1952, which I thought was just fantastic. Now, I'm pretty certain that the stem is not from that era. I'm fairly certain this stem has been replaced. This is a very shiny stem. I would expect a stem from 1952 to be a lot more, well, yellow than that. So I suspect what's happened is that at some point in the past, recent past relatively, the owner of this pipe has sent it back to BBB, Britain's Best Briars, or oh gosh, do you know what? I did a whole bit of research into the history of BBB, and for the purposes of this video, my mind's gone blank. I can't remember. In any case, I'm fairly certain that the Stummel was sent back and it was given a new shaft, a new stem, because I think the stem is very modern. But I just wanted to make a point about estate pipes, and that is I love an estate pipe. The reason being, it connects me with the person that smoked it beforehand. At one time, especially given the history of this pipe, as I say, it was given as a gift in 1952. This was cherished by somebody, and cherished so much that they've replaced the stem on it. I would like to think that were there a place that that person could be looking down upon me and their pipe, they would be happy to know that it is being given the love and care in it with its new owner as it was with them. And in a way, I feel bound to it. I feel a duty to it, to the pipe and to its former owner. There's a beautiful, beautiful thing about having and smoking an estate pipe. So I will always choose a good estate pipe over a brand new one, given a choice. For that reason, because that connection with our past, connection with somebody who owned it before, it's almost like dipping into an era and a life of which I was not a part, but now I am. That's a tremendous honour. So, yeah, on the subject of estate pipes, really brilliant. Enjoy estate pipes. They're not gross. Give them a clean. Give them the salt and alcohol treatment. Give them a good wash. Give them a good polish, everything else. But do not throw them in the dustbin. These things are just a wonderful, wonderful connection to our past. And really, when you think about it, traditionally, of course, tobacco, the thing that we all enjoy smoking so much, was something that was traditionally used to bind us to our ancestors. And if you can smoke it in a pipe that is inherited or purchased from a former time, as I have with this one, isn't that a continuation, in a way, of the tradition of the whole ritual of pipe smoking, of smoking tobacco? Anyway, that was my thought on estate pipes. But that's not what this video is about. This video is actually about something I was thinking about earlier on. And while I was in the mediocre job of doing my washing up, and I got thinking about my past and my parents and my upbringing. And for all of those of you who suffer with mental health issues, depression, anxiety, whatever it happens to be, it's very common for us to, I suppose, reflect and blame ourselves a lot of the time on a lot of things. So knocking out the whole section of the story that I was going to regurgitate, I'm actually going to switch straight onto a poem that my thought process has put me in mind of a little earlier on, that I hope you'll appreciate. It was written by a guy called Philip Larkin, who shortly before he died in 1985 was offered the post of Poet Laureate, and which he refused because he didn't think he was churning out enough poetry to warrant such a grandiose title. But he wrote probably one of the most profound poems that I think, perhaps, is possibly applicable to most of us. And I'll read it to you now. It's called This Be the Verse. And it's as follows. They fuck you up, your mum and dad. They may not mean to, but they do. They fill you with the faults they had and add some extra just for you. But they were fucked up in their turn by fools in old-style hats and coats, who half the time were soppy stern and half were at one another's throats. Man hands on misery to man. It deepens like a coastal shelf. Get out as early as you can. And don't have any kids yourself. A brilliant poem that I think takes a wry and sideways look at ourselves. And I hope you enjoyed it as much as I do. But on that night, note, I will say tatty bye until the next time. Take care.